And what's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of Live, Laugh, Left. Gary is back. He's not dead. I know you guys, I know the two people watching this podcast are worried that Gary dies every time he doesn't come on the show, but there he's here. He's alive. We got Ann Pomeroy back, too.
I'm actually dead.
Fresh off a trip of wasting a ton of water. We'll talk all about that. So it should be a lot of fun. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about this week. NBA playoffs are set, so we're going to go over that in what I would normally make a video of, but I'm not going to do that because we're doing it here, so we don't have to do it there. The NCAA hockey season's over, so we're going to go over that championship, and we'll go over some other fun stuff too, like NASCAR and other fun things. But first, I said it last week. I have trivia. I had trivia for last week, then Gary didn't show up. So we're doing it this week.
Shut up.
So here we go. This is pretty pertinent because we're nearing the end of the NHL regular season. The San Jose Sharks are on track to finish with one of the lowest point totals in NHL history. But they won't be the lowest. Who has the lowest of all time?
What? The Sharks are about to make the playoffs, aren't they? Was this written a couple years ago?
This is a farther quiz,
no.
is what he's saying from the history. I thought, at least.
So who has the lowest overall season points total? And if you brownie points, if you guess how many points they got.
So, go ahead if you want to guess.
I have no idea. I mean, it's probably. I mean, to me, it makes sense to pick an original six team when they were very small point totals and there were only six teams. So like. I don't know. Could be like the Rangers, but maybe it's like a terrible expansion team. Like I don't know. I don't have a great guess. Let's go with the Arizona Coyotes.
I was just talking about the Coyotes before we were talking about this, but I'm gonna just go off on a limb here. And I'm just going to go with my other favorite team that's still probably not in the playoffs. I haven't even followed them a lot because I was focusing more on the Red Wings. I'm going to do the Seattle Kraken because they started off good and then they started off terrible. So I'm going to go with the Kraken, the other Octopus team.
Both of you are incorrect. It's actually fairly recently. It was actually fairly recently. It was the 2020 Red Wings. Finished with 45 points.
Well, the pandemic season would do that.
Year. We don't count that year.
That's true, Gary. We don't count that year.
That was a really bad team.
Should have bitch.
Anyway. No. She's correct about that.
It was really bad.
This is coming from a Red Wings fan. That was one of the worst.
That's okay. COVID times are behind us now. Anyway.
That's what you think.
Yeah, I'm losing.
Did you ever get it, Tyler?
Did I ever get what? COVID?
COVID. Did you ever get it, Gary? You ever had COVID?
I've had COVID probably like 4 times.
You've had it 4 times now?
Maybe.
Oh, I remember because you said you didn't have it at the dining hall, and then you had it.
That was the only confirmed case. The other ones I never got tested for, so we don't know.
I forgot about that. I mean, I got it from Jackson, so
that's true. At the NASCAR race that I almost went to, man, did I dodge a bullet there? Only to get it like a month later.
Yeah, well, he's not on here anymore, and that's why.
That is true.
The Jackson. I'm not going to tell you.
The Jackson tenure was pretty short-lived and for good reason.
Yeah, I'm happy.
All right, anyway.
Okay.
Got a lot to go over this week. I don't have anything football-related. Gary, and I don't know if you guys have anything football-related. The NFL draft is coming up, so we'll cover that when that happens, but that hasn't happened yet, so we're not going to cover it.
I do one football-related thing. Sorry, Gary, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You see Iowa football had to vacate a bunch of their wins?
I did not notice this.
It included their 2023 win over MSU, where MSU also had to vacate wins.
So was that a draw then?
No, it just both teams lost. Is how that works. Neither team is credited with a victory in the standings. It never happened. Yeah, it's very funny to me that they cheated and still did terribly that season, but so did Michigan State, according to the law. Well, they did cheat. They did break the rules, so not gonna try and sugarcoat it. But
so did Michigan.
Yeah.
But I mean,
That's true. They did not receive punishment, of course. But Iowa did cheat. Michigan State did cheat, and they both had terrible seasons. So anyway, I guess that's the only football-related note besides the stuff I'm going to talk about in the trip section of the podcast. But that did happen today, and I wanted to bring it up.
All right, cool. Yeah, I didn't have anything else there.
for me, I was just gonna say that spring football for MSU is coming up on the 18th.
Oh yeah.
I know that's I know that's later on in this coming up week, but I will be going to it. So next podcast, make sure you watch because I will tell more about it.
I'll be there too.
Yeah, but he'll be
suck.
I will not.
It's gonna be cold, and people are gonna be stupid. But
it won't be cold. Don't say that.
But yeah, so
yeah, let's be honest.
Should be well attended though, so that'd be good. But anyway, before we get to Ann's trip, I do want to cover couple other sports things, including NASCAR. So let's talk about NASCAR first. Why not? So Garry can get out the way the thing that he wants to show off in case his house explodes from a little bit of rain that he thinks is going to happen.
Shut up.
House?
I'm near actually a window.
House.
So if there's hail, and big storms, everything could bust.
I told you, we have like 3 hours till the rain hits. We're not going to record for 3 hours.
That's what you think.
Unless my cat unplugs the computer right before we end the episode, like she did that one time.
All right. So let me do a little bit of story behind this real quick. I went to MIS about 3 years ago, and I gave this to a friend, and I told him, as long as he pays me back the money, which was only $200, then you can keep it. Go ahead. He never did. He moved to Virginia, and he didn't take it with him. And so he said I could just have it. And so basically I just got my 200 and I just spent it for myself. Anyways, it is a full-sized replica of a Kyle Larson helmet, pod and everything. And to make it even more better, it was signed by the Kyle Larson. I don't know what race this was from or if this was even worn, but probably wasn't, to be honest, because it says made in China in the inside. Unless that's where the thing was so that you can't put it on.
Maybe.
But, I mean, it looks pretty cool, to be honest. I mean, I've always liked it. I'm not going to touch anything near it, but, I mean, this is in a box, and it's staying in a box because I know for a fact it's going to break if I do anything with this.
Really, Garry? You don't want to test the durability of the NASCAR helmet?
It's a helmet. It's supposed to be durable.
You should stick it outside for the next 2 days and see what happens with it.
No, do the Matt Kenseth throw, or no, the Tony Stewart throw. Just grab it like
there
this
you go,
and
bullseye, right in the random guy's truck.
But no, I like to keep things safe. I have a Tony Stewart Home Depot helmet somewhere, but we're not going to dig through that. Oh, I did that the wrong way. Okay. But that's all for that. I'm hoping to get more, one by each Hendrick Motorsports driver. And then I want to try Penske because, well, of course, Blaney being first. But, I mean, then, of course, Joey Logano, because I like Blaney. I like Logano a little bit, but not a lot. But I feel like it'd be cool to have all Penske drivers and then Cindric not doing shit.
We love Austin Cindric.
But also mostly because when I met Logano, I never got anything autographed from him. So it's like, I want something.
That'd be nice. I mean, I've got a couple of his autographs, but it's been a long time. He's too popular. The old heads are, well, not even. No, it wasn't even the old heads. There's a certain demographic who's kind of gravitated towards him, of like the last of the old guard of like, I don't know. He still feels like he's young, but this is his like 18th Cup Series
the
season.
Oldest veteran is Kyle Busch. So like, if
Yeah,
you want,
yeah.
like old veteran, it's Kyle
Hamlin,
Busch.
right?
Kyle Busch and Hamlin, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a couple of them, and then you get down to like, man, Logano's older than most of the field, and that's kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, definitely easier to get an autograph when I was younger because I was a cute, innocent child who wanted their autographed instead of man-child hounding them for autographs. But yeah, busier. Oh, let's be fair, Tyler. When we saw him last time, it was right after he got dumped at Richmond, so there's kind of a bigger than usual crowd.
That was great. And then I can't remember. Did anybody ask about that at all?
That was the first question.
Oh, okay, good. I couldn't remember.
Well, I was gonna be like, the one question I've always
You
wanted
had
to
a
ask
great
him is
question.
like,
You didn't even get the chance to ask it.
No, guys, I raised my hand, and then everyone was like, it was like, I've been a Joey Logano fan since I quit smoking. I wanted to just, I don't have a question. I just wanted to say that. So I didn't get to ask you my question. It's fine.
The Amaze crowd is awesome.
Anyway, to not overshadow Gary's moment, honestly, it's a very cool design. I like the purple and kind of the like reddish pink that's in there with the gray. I don't know what scheme it ran with, but I was expecting like a plain old red, white, and blue, and I liked the purple a lot. So
I'm thinking, and this is 100% out of the blue, I think it was the time when it was Pocono, and he went to come around the 3 and 4 turn, and he popped the tire, and Alex Bowman drove by. I want to say that's the helmet, but I know
what
that's
turn
not
4?
Because if I'm calling it turn 4, I don't care. Any Pocono fans out there, I don't care what you think. It's turn 4 to me. Anyways, anything that's NASCAR is turn 4. But yeah, I think it's that, but I could be wrong.
He was running his normal scheme, so it's possible. But
I could purple Kyle Larson.
That race was awesome. Well, same with the one Gateway race where Blaney was about to win it, and then the last lap, Austin Cindric comes out of nowhere. It's like, best guy at your team immediately gets taken over by worst guy at your team in the last corner.
Yeah, because his pit crew was shit. God, it's insane how good of a driver. It's insane. Can I just say, and we're going to just jump right into Bristol, I guess, because I want to make this comment. Who the fuck made the decision for Ryan Blaney to pit in overtime with the 36th ranked pit crew? Who thought that was a smart idea?
It was probably Jeremy Clements? Is that his name? Not Jeremy Clements. Who am I thinking of? Who's this crew chief? I was gonna make a funny joke and I forgot his crew chief's name.
I don't remember.
Who am I thinking of?
That's almost
Jonathan Hassler. That's his name.
That's
Okay.
almost as idiotic as Denny Hamlin's pit crew decision at Phoenix last fall, but not quite as idiotic.
You'll never get over that one because the spring
Because
Phoenix
it was
race
the
this year was
stupidest
the right
move
move to do what
ever.
Hamlin
It was
did.
the stupidest move ever. That's
In
why.
hindsight, it was. I do have to say, the finish of that Bristol race though, like,
Dude, it
I
was
was
so
expecting it
stupid.
to kind of.
It was insane. Like on the
It
first,
was incredible until like 4 to go, and then there was like monster on monster terrorism at the end.
it was so funny because like after the one late caution, right? Ty Gibbs is out front, but Ryan Blaney is just absolutely clamoring and just coming so fast, and I'm like, but then like Ty Gibbs has enough distance where it's like, oh, I was like literally sitting on the couch. I'm like, no, and then I see Rocky Herb's fun, and I'm like, yes.
Well,
And then then Ryan Blaney's tire advantage just completely went away, and he could not pass to save his life at the end of the race.
I thought the leader wrecked when I saw the clip of the monster car going by. I was like, did Blaney dump him?
Oh, it was so funny.
Welcome to the Cup Series, buddy.
Overall, though, I'd say Bristol was all right this year, at least for the spring.
My dad laughed at the only part was like when Kyle Busch paybacked Riley Herbst. That was the only time he laughed at a race.
That was pretty good stuff.
That was great. The Cup race was funny at the end, but otherwise it wasn't. That wasn't that great. It wasn't the worst Bristol race, though, I'd say. Xfinity and trucks were fine. Nothing crazy there. But of course, the highlight of the weekend was Ty Gibbs getting his first career win. Can I say fucking finally? I mean, this guy has been in top tier equipment for how long, and he's just not been able to win. But he finally pulled it off in the most improbable manner.
I said boo.
So good for him. He's having a really good season. Dare I say, dark horse championship threat if he continues this up. That would be terrible. I do not want to see that, but it's possible. Because what is anything?
It won't happen, guys.
But yeah, that was Bristol. I mean, wasn't anything else crazy. There's a lot of people are getting mad about the attendance, and the viewership. I'm like, dog, it was in the middle of Masters weekend. What do you expect?
Well, number one, there's the race on the middle of Masters weekend every weekend, so that's not really a fair argument. But what I will say is the crowd was listed as like 70,000 people at least, which again, ticket sales versus recorded attendance through the gates is always going to be different. But 70,000 would sell out Phoenix or Iowa or Homestead. It'd come close to selling out Martinsville. Darlington, once they stopped selling the backstretch seats, it would sell out there. So it only looks terrible because outside of Daytona and like Texas, it's the only track where that kind of crowd is going to look, half full. You throw that crowd at Phoenix, there's 30,000 people without a seat. So it looks worse than it is because it's a giant track. That's the thing that when people are debating attendance.
It's exactly.
So it gets more hate for having poor attendance because it's massive and there's a million trillion seats. But to be fair, I wish we went back to dirt. I wish we never left dirt, to kind of give that date the spruce up that it's, it kind of needs. Spring Bristol has been, I wouldn't even say one of the worst races on the schedule, but in terms of like the attention on it, it's clustered near the other short track races too, kind of like, second month of the year, third month of the year, with Martinsville. And thank goodness there's not a Richmond race around here anymore. But even still, we're adding like North Wilkesboro and whatever. But in any case, could be better, could be worse. But I think the attendance concerns and stuff like that were overblown.
I think so too. I mean, when I was there, I was like, how the fuck are they gonna fill this venue? Like, it's insane. And they just can't do that anymore. It does bring up the question, though, does Bristol deserve 2 dates? And honestly, I don't think so. I think they could live with just having the night race there in September or August. I think that would be fine, honestly. Like you said, the spring race just doesn't have the notoriety that it used to. And it was never the night race type notoriety, even at its peak. And now, nobody talks about it anymore, especially with its timing of the year and shit. And I still think Bristol is a very, very, very iconic track that definitely will get the attention that it deserves and the fans that it deserves. But the other thing is, like, what would they put in that date besides
dirt?
True, they could put dirt, or
That's what I think.
or they could have never torn down Auto Club and wasted some more water and had an actually good race. But they didn't do that because fucking Amazon needed that plot of land, even though they have not built fucking anything on that plot of land. So there's that.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, that track would be really nice to have right now. There's, people have talked about it before, but all the short tracks are in the same general region of the country. And even though they're kind of like Bristol to Martinsville is not an easy drive, but it's still like
It's not
a lot of corners. It's a lot of corners of the country that would support a short track race that don't have one. So yeah, love to see it dirt.
Go back to
Rockingham.
go back to Pikes Peak.
No, and again, in that same area of the country.
Pikes Peak.
There's
Pikes Peak. Colorado. Pikes Peak. That'd be based.
It wastes water in
Disneyland
Colorado.
Raceway.
Snow race.
Disneyland Raceway.
Bring them to Berlin Raceway
Drew!
or Owasso or something.
Drew!
Honestly, all of us would go to Owasso Speedway if NASCAR came.
The trucks could totally do Owasso.
They totally could, honestly.
Oh,
They
yeah.
could totally do it.
I mean, 1 week go to Owasso, and then the next week go to Michigan.
Or put the All-Star race at Owasso because they don't care about it anymore.
Fuck
Dover
yeah.
got such a raw deal with that, man.
Oh, that's
So
true.
annoying.
That's true. I
Big
guess you could
brother
give
of
this date
Bristol.
back to Dover. I forgot about that.
Yeah, let's give the date back to Dover. That's what we should do with it.
And you keep it on concrete, so there's that, right? Like, yeah, that was Bristol.
Listen, this schedule's weird. Watkins Glen's in May, okay? That shouldn't be
It's
allowed.
fucked up. Watkins Glen should have stayed in September. That was a great day. That was a great race for it.
Here's my thing, though. Have them race Sonoma in green grass.
Would be nice. Well, I don't know how feasible it is out there, but that would be nice. We'll get to my trip, but that is kind of near the top of my list of tracks to go to because of it. I'll take Tyler there, you there someday.
Damn right. Go drink wine. I'll get wine drunk at the racetrack.
Wine drunk. Do we got to talk about Kansas ASP? You ever heard ASP before? If you write out Kansas Speedway like on the wall, it says ASP because of Kansas Speedway. ASSPEE. You've never seen this picture before?
No.
Let me find it.
No.
Let me find it for you. It says ASP on the walls. Now I need to make sure that you don't think that I'm a fucking idiot. And I'm just making shit up.
Too late for
We
that.
can't have that. Yeah, we're going to ASP next week. Get excited.
What?
What?
Here, I found it. Here's Reddit. So what do we got to do for the week ahead?
Well,
That's our
apparently-
homework for the night.
Well, apparently we have to drink a lot of water and do a lot of squats so that our asses can get ready to pee.
Okay, I sent you the picture.
I just see it now. A truck's going by SP.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
told you.
That's funny. I'm surprised I'd never seen that before. That's funny.
Welcome to. I'm just waiting for the announcers now to say, "Welcome to SP Raceway."
Oh my god, let's not even talk about the fucking announcers, dog. Like, dude,
This was a great race. I wanted to listen to Mike Joy breathe on his mic.
Kevin Harvick's brain is disintegrating. Not even rotting, it's disintegrating in real time. Every fucking broadcast when he tries to make another 6-7 or Riz joke or something to Mike Joy, who's like in his fucking 80s and has no idea what Harvick is saying. And then you got Clint Boyer over there with his own fucking schizophrenic thoughts trying to chime in every 2 seconds. God, the Fox crew sucks. Anyway,
we're almost done. We're more than halfway done.
That was Bristol. That's all I think we had to say there. The only other thing NASCAR related I had to talk about was the news that NASCAR will be adjusting the stage lengths at Talladega coming up in a couple weeks. And this is in the effort to combat fuel saving. Thank you. Not the solution that we wanted, but it's a solution. So there's that. I think this is great because this will make the overall race better. Because they won't be constantly trying to save gas. And that was a big thing in the 500. But it's been a big thing for a while since they went to single lug nuts. And you know how you combat that? You go back to a 5 lug nut tire. And then they don't have to save gas because they will need to fill up anyways. But they won't do that.
I just don't think saving gas is a problem. Because before that, we had train racing. And at least when they're fuel saving, they're 3 wide and 4 wide and making a bunch of moves. Like, before that, we had 50 laps runs at Daytona where they would just all go single file around the outside. You can't tell me that is better than fuel saving.
You're talking about 2013. It's too far back.
I'm talking about in the 2018 Daytona 500. I remember trying to show it to my family, like my aunt who I was traveling with, and she just kept telling me, why are they all running single file? Because the same thing, like I traveled multiple weekends on the Daytona 500, and it's been this is your biggest race of the year, and you've got people flying around the outside the whole race. Like it happened as recently as like a few years ago. More recently in 2018, like into 19 and 20 as well. Some of the races we consider to be great super speedway races, like that 1920 era of racing, there was just fly around the outside for 40 laps. That's way worse, in my opinion.
We'll see how this stage length adjustment goes. The other option to combat fuel saving, you get rid of stages.
We don't need to. We don't need to combat fuel saving.
Yes, we do. Fuel saving is boring. Makes for boring finishes. Because 9 times out of 10, the guy trying to save gas doesn't run out of gas. And so it's just anticlimactic as hell. Anyway.
All right. Whatever you say, man.
That was it for
Are you
NASCAR.
just mad about the Coke 600 from whatever year that was?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
I am. Damn it. All right, anyway, we'll get to Ann's trip here in a second. I did want to touch on a couple other things. I forgot to mention this last week. MSU Gymnastics was in the NCAA tournament. They lost in their regional. They finished 3rd out of 4, which was not enough to qualify for the finals. So they lost. But still a strong season overall, especially after the start. Had a rough start, but a tough schedule, and it really good finish to the year. So the ladies did themselves proud. So that's fun. Just wanted to mention that. And also it was good enough for the coach, Mike Rowe, to get a contract extension. So there's that. Congratulations.
Good stuff.
Anyways, I want to just talk about that real quick. I didn't have anything else other sports related.
I was going to do other sports related. I was going to go to the MSC Western baseball game tomorrow in Grand Rapids, but it looks like a 100% chance of rain. So I'm not going anymore. But keep an eye out on that. That's my 2 teams. So would have been cool to see them in a midweek game, but that's not happening. I don't know what else. The portal's happening. in all the sports. Michigan State hockey landed a few people. Colin Powder,
We'll get to
excuse
that.
me,
We'll
Colin
get to
Powder
that.
out of Arizona State.
We'll get to that.
Oh, I thought you were saying that it was other sports time.
Other sports meaning not basketball, hockey, or baseball. Because I have specific lists
Okay,
for those.
so not other sports. Okay, sorry, I ruined the whole podcast.
That's okay. I'll edit it out. I won't edit it out.
You won't edit anything. Like, if I ask you to flash a picture up on the screen later, you're not going to do that.
Watch, he does it. Watch, he does it. The one.
All he's
time
going to
he
flash
has
to me is the double bird when I tell him to do that.
I'm going to flash you my ass like that one GIF that I have saved on my phone.
Like the Cubs fan last week. Did you see that clip, Tyler?
The scary part about that. Scary part about that is his pants were already pretty far down before he tripped and fell. So it wasn't necessarily going for the foul ball that made him lose his pants. So you gotta wonder what the hell he was doing before that ball came his way. And then he pulls a me and shows his whole ass. Like it's just all out for the world to see. It's an insanely funny clip. I love this. Anyway. Anyway. Before we get into the other stuff for this episode, I think we'll let Ann take it away. Because stuff that Ann did on this trip pertains to our remaining topics. So, we'll get to that. Ann was out in wasting water territory and wasted a ton of water and also saw sports and got me pins and other stuff. So
do I just go in chronological order, or do I need to compartmentalize everything by sport that I did?
I'm going to let you have the floor. You talk about your trip.
All right, I'm just going to go in order of what happened. Saturday the 4th, I flew there, flew out of O'Hare to San Francisco Airport. Pretty boring day. I got in and out. That was yummy.
Whoa!
The fries taste like... The fries are fucking cardboard, but the burger's good.
The fries are doing what to the cardboard?
True.
I would rather eat cardboard than In-N-Out fries. They chew like cardboard. In any case, I'm pulling out my calendar to make sure I got the order of correct, even though I just took the strip. Okay, Sunday the 5th. Took the train from Oakland to Sacramento. Did a couple of things in Old Sacramento. Saw the A's at Sutter Health Park and saw the Kings at the Golden One Center. I guess let's go in order.
How are those?
A's had a very good. The A's were a very good turnout for opening weekend. It was the Sunday of the opening weekend against the Astros, a relatively big draw. Their big draws are going to be Dodgers, Giants, and then Yankees, I think, too. Are there big draws out there? Obviously, you're going to get transplants and fans from across California. So those, but it was pretty full. I'd say about 80% full. Plus, a lot of people moved to the lawn or the standing areas because it was like 82 degrees. Sun was pretty beaten down. So I was able to stay in my seat for about 2 innings, and then I stood on the concourse for the rest of the game because it was very hot. In my Michigander brain of thinking 82 and humid is very hot. It's a very nice building. It's obviously was not made for Major League Baseball. There's a lot of like River Cats stuff like ingrained into the building. A lot of pillars around the concourse, like the bricks you can buy, like Go Cats, Go River Cats, whatever. The scoreboard out in center field, it's got the River Cat on it. A few other places, it's like the River Cat store, I think, in the middle of the concourse. Concessions items, some River Cats stuff in there. No River Cats merch, which is just a shame. I couldn't buy a River Cats pin for Tyler.
That's kind of surprising.
But no River Cats merch to be seen.
Like,
Poor pin selection.
You would
Go
think
ahead.
that if the Tigers played at Lugnut Stadium for whatever reason, right, that they would still have the Lugnuts merch out in their store, even when
They
the
might
Lugnuts aren't
somewhere.
playing.
But like, I mean, like Bulls and Blackhawks share an arena. You can't get Bulls stuff really at the Blackhawks game, except for like their. Well, no, I guess in their big store you can. But like all the displays on the concourse, they kind of flip.
Well,
So I imagine it was that kind of
same way at
situation.
LCA as well for Pistons and Red Wings.
Yeah, right. So yeah, small and crowded, and I don't know, very good minor league vibes. And good seats, good views, good area. I mean, great at the ballpark. There's, I actually did not get to stay to the end of this game, which was very unfortunate. There was a bus I needed to take to downtown Sacramento to make sure I could eat before the Kings game, because the A's game was scheduled for 1:00. It took forever. Ended up taking more than 4 hours. And the Kings started at 6. So I needed to take a bus across the river into downtown to do the couple things I needed to do before the Kings game. So I left at around 4:05. So at end of the 7th inning was when I left. Tried to take this bus, and they put cones in front of the bus stop right when the bus was about to come, so I couldn't catch the once-hourly bus downtown. So I had to walk.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's insane timing.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It's fine. I missed the once-hourly bus, and so I had to walk. And I missed because of this. If I had waited an hour, I would have seen the walk-off home run in the 10th inning before I left. But that would have made me late to Kings, and I didn't want to do that. So I saw 7 innings. It was pretty good 7 innings. It was 9-5 Sacramento when I left, and then it was finished 12-10 in extra innings. So,
Garry died.
a very good game that I wish I could have done more of. Really nice vibe, but not a. Go ahead.
I'm curious how you thought, like, so it's a minor league stadium, obviously, with a pro team in it currently.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the stadium was equipped to handle it? Like to handle those levels of crowds and people and.
Oh yeah, for the crowds that were there, I mean the lawn was very full, but I think a lot of people were just kind of clustered around the shade over there, and they had some box seats they could have sat at. I mean it was pretty busy, but nothing like extremely busy or extremely unequipped. Like it's for the number of tickets they sold, they were not like way over capacity. I should mention they gave out free ice cream sandwiches to everyone walking in. That was nice.
That's cool. Did you take
and
them?
There was like a ticket deal where for like $60 you could get like a co-branded A's and Kings hat and tickets to both games.
Ooh.
But I didn't see that until
that's a really
2
good
weeks.
deal.
So I didn't get. Well, it was Easter, so that's why no one bought it. But because I already bought one of the tickets before I did that, and it was too late. So, but I would have liked to have the hat. I got a pins at both of those games, and I got a Sacramento A's bridge patch that has like the bridge in Sacramento in it. I don't have them out here. The only one I have in my room is the puck from the Sharks game. So moving on to Kings, I guess, unless you have more questions about the A's game.
What's your score?
Oh. I don't have a score. I don't rate stadiums on a points.
You notice my frame rate's dropping like crazy? This looks jank as shit. What happened to our Wi-Fi? Anyway.
Miku.
What?
Miku's hiding in your Wi-Fi.
What?
So anyway, I mean, it was like, it's nicer than like Jackson Field, for example. It's pretty apt comparison. I mean, it's not in the heart of downtown Sacramento. It's very much like in West Sacramento with a bunch of giant parking lots around it. So it's not integrated into downtown, but great seats, great dimensions. You can't go all the way around, which is a shame, but you can see, especially from the seat that I had along the third base line, you could see basically a very like a lot of the Sacramento landmarks. You can see the bridge, the ziggurat, the office building over there, a PlayStation 5 in Sacramento, a couple other tall buildings. On later night games, you can see the beam from the Golden One Center if it's on, which is very fun. So anyway, that's all I've got on that. But I don't have a score. It's just a slightly nicer in that respect and slightly worse in some respects. That's on basis of comparison for minor league parks.
Cool.
All right.
I don't know
Time for
where
my favorite
Garry
team
is,
yet?
so just continue.
All right. My favorite team, the Sacramento Kings. I would say this is my least favorite game experience of the 5. Because,
That's hilarious.
number one, the Kings lost by at least 30.
No,
I don't even remember the final score. Number 2, there was... I understand NBA games are going to have music during that. It was a little off-putting first time I saw it, but it's fine. I can kind of tune it out. I can kind of get into the... I like that. But this particular DJ had the bass up to a point where it was like ear-damagingly loud. Like, just the bass too. So like songs that don't have a lot of bass in them still turned into like Sandstorm. I guess there's some bass in there, but really the main part you hear is and all you hear is like you could feel it and not just hear it, and that was miserable to hear the entire game.
That's funny.
But I mean, it's an NBA game, it's an NBA arena, a lot of nice areas. Not a lot of stairs to the upper deck was what I noticed. There was like 2, and they were both in weird places. But you get nice sunset views, the big nice windows. They have you go through the metal detectors outside, and there's like a little area that's like stanchioned off near the stadium, which is kind of annoying. They don't have them inside, but I don't know. It's kind of right. It is right in downtown. There's like a little walkable plaza outside of it. You can get your pictures and get something to eat before the game and stuff. It's a pretty nice place with pretty nice views and a lot of great standing room opportunities. Basically every ADA platform in the lower bowl you're allowed to stand behind, which is pretty nice, and they're pretty good views. So keep that in mind. Plus, in the upper deck, they don't have seats all the way around. Behind one of the baskets where the big windows are, that's like a couple lounges and bars and stuff. And then those railings there are all available for standing room. So, what's so funny over there, Tyler?
Go continue. Gary's updating me on his condition.
On his condition? All right.
He is being required to take a shower at this very minute.
Just in case the water is shut off after
Just in case the water's shut off during the rainstorm. Okay, Garry.
Gary's the one wasting water now, huh? So yeah, Kings was the worst experience of the 5. Even though I was like, hey, I want to see a Kings home game. I want to see the beam. I want to see all that stuff.
First off, I didn't say right now. I said when my dad gets out because we live in a trailer park.
Fair enough. We're teasing you a little bit. You're fine, though. So
Garry, just take a shower when it rains. then you save water.
So true. The piano I got at Kings was really nice. Probably my favorite of the trip. Even though you didn't ask for one at Kings, so I didn't get you one.
Because I already have one.
It has the beam on it. It's like a nice pentagon situation with the Kings and the arena and the beam. So really cool.
Excuse me.
Overall, nicer build. Like, obviously, an NBA arena is going to be nicer than a minor league ballpark. And I don't have a lot of NBA arenas to compare it to. I would say I'd rather go to LCA and the United Center but I did like some of the quirks of the Golden One Center in terms of reviewing it as a stadium. Some nice stuff. Pretzel and cheese, $7. Or maybe it was just a pretzel. I don't remember. I got pretzel. It was a good pretzel. Perfectly salted, chewy and crunchy, kind of like a crunchy outer shell. Pretty moist in the middle, kind of chews pretty nicely. Very good pretzel. Shut up. We're not 12 anymore. Okay. Going on to Monday, was visiting all the campuses kind of along the South Bay. So I saw the campuses at Stanford, Santa Clara, and San Jose State. Saw a couple sports venues, got to see like Stanford Stadium into that from above. Got to see like Santa Clara had a lot of theirs out in the open, like their soccer stadium and baseball stadium and stuff. Went by San Jose State's basketball. That's right in the heart of campus. Their football's way out in the nowhere. Overall, I mean, San Jose State's a lot more of like a commuter state school, but Stanford and Santa Clara, just in terms of the beauty of this campuses, the architecture, the plants, just going there right at the heart of spring. Absolutely gorgeous. San Jose State had a lot of good stuff too, but it was smaller. The footprint was a bit different because it's more commuter and more commuter oriented, more public, but still some great stuff there. That was the Sharks game. Blackhawks at Sharks. A lot of visiting fans. I'd say maybe 20% of the people were there in red. A lot of transplants, a lot of travelers, a lot of old people retiring there. Shut up.
There were a lot of trans fans there.
There was just me. But this is a stupid NHL arena, by the way. It feels like Van Andel to me.
Yep.
You can go all the way around, but there's like 2 ways in, and you have to take the stairs up to this kind of level. I figured out, by the way, the reason they have these steps is because kind of off to the side, there's like a secret entrance for people who have club seats, like the very few bottom rows. There's a middle concourse where everyone goes up the stairs to, where the upper levels and most of the lower levels come from. But they have extra portals at the bottom, just for like people in the first few rows to have a special entrance. You can only get there if you like go through a certain checkpoint at that spot there. So yeah, terrible design, like 2 gates and then 1 concourse for all those people. Probably 1 drinking fountain on the entire concourse, which is better than some places. Some places has 0. Boston has 1, and that's a pain in the ass to walk around. But that's a 3,600 seat hockey arena, not built for the traffic that it's getting. This is an NHL arena, and it is very cramped, very lacking in terms of just getting to your seat is a nightmare. It took me like 20 minutes to get in. I got there right at 6, which again, the doors open an hour before for an NHL game is a little bit unacceptable to me, and took 22 minutes or so to get in. So I was there, like, got in like right on time for warm-ups. And after warm-ups, used my 15 minutes just to find the damn team store, which is like hidden away under the stairs. Then go back to my seat. All of a sudden, I missed starting lineups, and I'm about to start. So most of my time that I dedicated to exploring, other than that, was waiting in the damn line to get in and waiting to get in the store. So very bad stadium. Worst stadium of the 5. But liked the game, liked the environment. Very good environment because they were kind of on the verge of the playoffs when we played them. So very good environment, and they're not quite a playoff environment, but better than like 90% of regular season NHL games. And yeah, pretty competitive throughout. They ended up winning 3-2. I got to see warm-ups pretty up close to let you down there for that. They have the shark thing that they bring the players out of. A couple other traditions of like, I think I told you, Tara, they have a herd mentality if they do like the whenever there's a power play.
Florida Gators moment.
Yeah. Anyway, that's that. Oh, Tyler's got cats in the mix.
Yeah, let's just open a lid to a box and start eating the Concord or cardboard. Whatever the fuck it's called.
Cardboard. It's what In-N-Out fries taste like.
Not true. Can't verify.
Yeah.
Never had them.
So after that, went all the way back to Oakland. Did Tuesday was the lightest day in terms of sports, and sports related stuff. I did see Kezar Stadium. I don't think that's how it's pronounced, but Kezar Stadium. That is the original home of the San Francisco 49ers. It's right in Golden Gate Park. It's got like 10,000 seats. They still use it for like high school stuff. The Stanford spring game was going to be there, but it was going to rain, so they didn't do that.
It got
to
rained
see
out.
that. They just they canceled it because it was going to rain, and they're really protective of that field. The city is, or whoever runs it. So was not allowed to go on the field even when it was open there, but they used it as a running track. You know, you can go down there and run laps around the outside and the inside. So that was pretty cool. And then it was Warriors, which, I mean, it was Kings at Warriors. I barely care about the Kings, and I don't care about the Warriors. So it was very much like I have no connection to this event, or like
Draymond.
But
Draymond
I still
Green.
went.
Draymond Green.
Draymond's evil, man. I'm not actually gonna root for him.
Steph Curry.
He's also evil.
True.
He doesn't believe in affordable housing.
True.
Yes, he's a NIMBY. But in any case, they get to see some Steph Curry threes, which was nice. Got to see Draymond. My seats were not very good. My seats were the most expensive of the trip. But again, it's a very nice building. Like every moment of it is like, wow, this is a crazy arena. It's super nice. Facilities everywhere, bathrooms everywhere, drinking fountains everywhere, concessions everywhere. In terms of the seating, very much designed to extract as much money from season ticket holders as possible, which, I mean, that is kind of the goal at some level of selling tickets, is to get as much money for tickets as possible. But this arena felt very much... Well, yeah, I know it's how business works. But, like, the seats at the SAP Center are kind of designed for it. The seats at Sutter Health Park are just seats. They're designed to be close to the game and kind of in rows. At the Chase Center, they are very specifically segmented to have very specific tiers that will profit maximize how many people want to sit there and the views you get and all the different tiers of ticket sales. So I could very much just from where I was sitting see, man, there are so many options out of probably most out of any stadium I've ever been to in terms of premium seating and different types of seating. Spartan Stadium is a great example. There's suites and there's seat backs and there's those fancy seats. Other than that, they're all bleachers, and it's just you sit where you sit and you got to sell them all, and they're just meant to face the field. Not anything like that. These are all very specifically designed to be kind of segmented based on the premium seating experiences that they've got to sell. And again, and of course you do. You're a filthy capitalist.
Dr. Tickets likes that.
You're a filthy capitalist. Very close game.
Tickets.
Warriors only ended up winning by 5. So in terms of just the game, probably the most exciting game of the 5, which I did not expect. But good crowd, I felt, but very much not for the poors. And I don't know. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. That's my point. Last day of the trip, went to Berkeley, saw into California Memorial Stadium, kind of that area. I did not explore the other ones, but I got to see within the football stadium. Then did Giants. Oracle Park, as expected, is gorgeous. Great views of the lake, but also great views of some of the taller buildings in San Francisco out to the west. and the Bay Bridge. There's spots in the concourse, especially if you go to the upper level, kind of go along the third base line, where you can see a ton of the skyline. Very good views of the bridge. A lot that you can see. Very hard to get in and out. They don't have like the big trains. BART, I think you can get there on Caltrain, but BART doesn't service it, so you have to transfer to this like little streetcar situation, the Muni lines, and that train was crush loaded when it got to like the transfer station with BART, and I don't know how they fit any more people on that train. It was crush loaded. Like think Addison Cubs, but even worse. Or Stockton 35th with CTA. You know, just so busy to get in. Like I left my hotel in Oakland like an hour and a half before the game, and I got there 20 minutes before, and I got to my seat like right as first pitch. So, another case I didn't mention this with Warriors. Giants did not have like a giant store that I could find. There's kind of one in the upper deck, but nothing in the lower deck. But we found the pins we wanted. Some good features there.
Do they still have
funny,
giant,
baseball.
Do they still have the giant mitt in the outfield with the Coca-Cola bottle?
Yeah, with the Coke. Yeah, it's still there. They have a cable car out there now too. They like took the cable car and made it into a photo op concession stand situation. So yeah, you can go right up to the water. Did not really see any kayaking, which is a shame. I thought that was a bigger deal than it apparently is, but I guess it was a Wednesday afternoon. So yeah, Giants ran away with that 5-0. It was 0-0 until the 6th, and they kind of went away. I don't know. Very nice park. Going to be up there. My favorite park that I've seen. Just immaculate views, views of the baseball as well. And not too crowded, not too crazy, except for getting in and getting to my seat took fucking forever. That's just kind of how it goes, though. So, not really on me.
True.
Anyway, I guess what questions do either of you have about kind of the stuff I experienced? I can show you. I don't have a lot of the souvenirs. I do have one in here, which is the puck I got at the Sharks game. SAP Center at San Jose.
Sick. Shit.
This is an expensive. This is a very nice puck.
Yeah.
Going in the collection. The pyramid is. That was puck number 16. So I had to go to a sixth row there to keep the pyramid going, but I did. In any case, I don't know. What are you concerned about? What are you curious about before we move on to other topics? What do you want to know about this trip?
Which one of these stadiums would you recommend? Because I do want to visit that area eventually. I do really want to see Oracle Field. I want to see the Warriors. I want to see all that.
Well, Oracle Park, to me, is the only bucket list venue on this list. The other ones are pretty good. They're good, and if you're in town, you should see them. But for me, I would rather go to Sonoma Raceway and try a new one there than revisit any of these. And I would, if I were to revisit one, it would be Oracle Park. The other ones are just kind of I've been there. I don't need to go back. I did forget to mention one thing now that I'm talking about that, which is I didn't get to see the 49ers Stadium. I went on the Altamont Corridor Express up to Great America. I took a picture of it as I walked up the stairs, and then I ran to catch my DCA light rail back into San Jose. So I admired the stadium for approximately 30 seconds, but I didn't get to see it. So just keep that in mind too, Tyler. No pins for you, unfortunately. But, we should talk about your pin haul, Tyler. You got 8 pins on this trip.
That's right, baby. That's how you do a pin haul.
I have a picture of them that I can send to Garry, but Tyler will refuse to flash it on the screen. But I was able to get for him Giants, Warriors, Sharks, Athletics. He already had a Sacramento Kings pin, but they have plenty of different options there. And got some from Berkeley, Stanford, and Santa Clara. San Jose State did not have pins. The University of San Francisco, I saw too, didn't have pins or their store wasn't open, both. And then on my way back, I was able to stop in Reno, took the train all the way back. We had about 40 minutes, and the Reno Aces baseball stadium is about a block from the stadium, from the train station. So I had to like run out of the train station, run up there, go in the store. Apparently, they don't open their team store except on game night, but there was somebody in there and they sold me the pins.
Let's go.
Because they said no. They said that I looked like I was in a hurry because I was out of breath sprinting there from the Amtrak station. You look like you're in a hurry.
You look like you're in a
I'm
hurry.
sorry.
Here, I'll make you self
I was
business.
leaving the state immediately. So yeah, here's $20. I'm getting a pin for me and a pin for Tyler. So you got a Reno Aces pin. Didn't get Niners, didn't get Kings, so you didn't want it. They also had some Super Bowl 50. What the hell are we on now? 59? 60?
There's the pins.
What was the most recent Super Bowl? 60?
Yeah.
60? Yeah, Super Bowl 60. They had that merch. At the Santa Clara bookstore, it was half off, but I didn't get one. And they had some FIFA World Cup stuff because that's coming to that area as well, which is this summer. So that's that. Yeah, I'd say a very successful trip, very fun trip.
You stopped in Denver too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did stop in Denver. I got to see, I forgot because I didn't get any pins. Got to ride, I had about a little over an hour. Got to ride the light rail out to Ball Arena. Apparently, I missed one of Tyler's favorite YouTubers who was going to that game.
This is great. This is insane. Okay, so Ann goes out to Denver and Ann's like, I'll get you the pins if I can, but, I don't think I will. And I'm like, oh, that's okay. But you're like, well, the Nuggets game, there's a Nuggets game tonight. I'm like, well, you should go and log your event on sportslogbook.com, just like you do all your events, folks. Not sponsored, but I'm still saying it anyway. But anyway, so you got home, and then I'm looking on Instagram, and I check Papa Meat's page, see that he's posted. He went to that Nuggets game.
Well,
you and Papa Meat were literally feet from each other at one point.
Don't tell me about his feet.
Okay, I just want you to comprehend how close you were to the second greatest YouTuber on this platform. Of course, the only better one is the one you're talking to. So,
Garry?
Well, Gary's gone. Garry died. So.
No, I didn't have time. I had about an hour and 10 minutes layover on Amtrak, which is supposed to be 25 minutes, but we were early. So I barely had time to ride the light rail out there, walk back, and get a sandwich.
Dunkin' Donuts?
Amtrak coming back was great. Got into Chicago, had a few hours there. If we missed our connection, I would have been able to go to the Chicago Fire game. And guess who was in Chicago that afternoon? Was Purdue. I got as close to like half a mile away from him, by the way. Because I went up to Belmont. I went up to Belmont Station when the game was going on. As far up as that. But anyway, that's the trip. Unless you have more that you're curious about or that I should expand upon for the viewers.
Not that I can think of. I mean, it's a cool trip. I would have gone had I not had work.
Yeah.
So there's that.
We'll go to Sonoma someday and we can revisit the baseball stadiums at least.
We got to go to Oregon anyway, so I can go to the last Blockbuster, and then we can go. So that we can go do that.
Wait, you know what, Tyler? You know what I just realized? I have the pins in the desk that I'm sitting at for you. And I didn't just show them into the camera. Where did I put them? I should probably know where I put these.
This is
here they are. They're right here. So, for example, here's your Warriors pin. Here's your Santa Clara. Here's your Berkeley. Got the seal on it.
I gotta say, by the way.
Here's your.
And this is no fault of Ann at all. Stores that sell sports pins. Is it really that hard to have like your base level logo as a pin? like Cal, for example. You can't just have a pin that says Cal on it.
Sure.
Or like, what was the other one that was egregious in my opinion? Oh, Notre Dame. When we saw Notre Dame, and they didn't just have a simple Notre Dame logo pin. They just had the Irish clover thing. Like, is it really that hard to have one of those? I don't think so. Like, is it?
Yeah. Like, Western Michigan doesn't have one either, which is crazy to me. You only have one because they used to sell them before the pandemic. But right now, no store around here sells pins for Western Michigan. It's a little annoying. Shouldn't be that hard, but it is. Anyway, those are the Travelers pins.
It's cool. It's a cool trip. I'm glad you did it. It was fun.
I'm very happy I went too.
Don't worry,
all right,
folks.
I think we're good.
Don't worry, folks. Pingo will have more experiences like that.
He'll be the one wasting water. Even though I did not step in a car for my entire trip. Not even when I left my apartment. When I left my apartment, I got on a bus to the train station. Then I flew, which is wasting water. That was the only segment where I really wasted a lot of water. Everything else was trains and buses and a ferry. So I was not wasting water outside of the flight.
Just because you weren't in a car doesn't mean you can't waste water.
Name one time on this trip that I wasted water. That's what I thought. You can't name any. Let's move on to another topic.
When you took the free ice cream sandwich at the baseball game.
I had it. I ate it. It was yummy.
By the way, was the ice cream sandwich like Melting Moment style ice cream sandwich, or was it one of those?
No, it was like those little chocolate wafers with like a vanilla rectangle in between it.
Ugh. The shitty ones. Ugh.
Oh yeah, I got an ice cream sandwich at Warriors too, by the way, which is another like pre-packaged one, but it was like mint. Right? It was like a cookie ice cream sandwich, but it was weird. Gave me the shits. Anyway.
Minty
that
shits.
Was not a good ice cream sandwich at Warriors, man.
Minty shits. Reminds me of that video where
that's how you get green poop.
It reminds me of that video of the guy who took the stick-on Christmas decorations on some lady's garage, and instead of spelling Merry Christmas, he spelled creamy shits. And she's like, "What is this creamy shits?"
Like that guy who had Christmas decorations that said Kansas Speedway and spelled ass pee. All right, what else do we got in the docket for the night, Pringleson?
Let's go over baseball next. I don't know where the fuck Garry is. This is a long ass shower, but
he's waiting for the shower, so then he has to get in the
shower.
There's no way
he can be waiting for the shower anymore. But we're gonna go over baseball stuff without him. Well, no, that's not.
Well, sorry, I spilled the beans on the MSU Western game that I'm apparently not even going to. It's gonna rain.
Actually, no, that's not a good idea because Garry talks about a lot of baseball stuff for us, so we'll actually save that. We can go over hockey, I guess. Well, shit, he has a lot of hockey stuff he talks about.
Red Wings lull. Wings lull.
Fine.
Red Wings lull.
Yeah, we'll get the fucking obvious out of the way first.
Longest streak in all of hockey.
Red Wings beat the Flyers 6-3. Then they lost the Devils 5-3 and got eliminated from the playoffs. Woo-hoo.
Booed off the ice.
They got booed off the ice on their home arena.
In Hockey Town.
So they're playing tonight. It's their last game of the season, so we won't do like a season review of them right now, and I will record a rant after that game is done. We'll talk about that next week. But in their most recent game, they also lost again to the Lightning 4-3 in overtime. Just a great season for the Red Wings, doesn't it? It's even better when our coach is like, yeah, we deserve this. Brother, you're the one who's supposed to fix this shit. Actually,
they need to hire a young. coach that's built back a blue blood hockey program back to its former glory, like Michigan State. They need to hire Nightingale. What's up? Oh, Lucas wasn't here. The door opened
Likunmiffery
because of the
sighting?
wind. No, it's the wind.
Call him in here. Get him on the podcast.
He doesn't want to be on the podcast.
We'll talk about house.
He doesn't like sports,
We'll flip.
except for the Cincinnati Cyclones.
We'll flip and we'll talk about
The house segment. We can talk about house. I watched a couple episodes.
Now Garry covers K-Wing stuff, so I'm gonna let him do that if he comes back. But the other big thing for hockey was the national championship for NCAA commenced last week with the Frozen Four and the national championship. It came down between Wisconsin beating North Dakota and Michigan losing to Denver. Thank you. The world is mortal, and Michigan sucks in something for once. Went to double overtime too, which is wild.
That game was insane, by the way.
It was an insane game. And then Denver beat Wisconsin despite Wisconsin going into the third period with a 1-0 lead and a 21-5 shots on goal advantage, and Denver still won. So that's depressing if you're a Wisconsin fan. But hey, you at least got there, so who cares?
And your women's team won, so women's team dynasty continues for them. So they've got something to fall back on.
That is true. But yeah, so that was the national championship for hockey. So hockey's over. Now all these guys are going to go play in the NHL real quick before the season ends. And then they're all going to get drafted. Formally drafted. They've already been drafted, but they're going to get actually formally put onto their teams.
They're ELCs.
True.
Yeah. They're going to get drafted to the United States military or the Canada military when there's a border war.
Or maybe the South Korean military, like BTS.
You froze. Now you're drinking.
I didn't have anything else hockey related. I don't know if you did, Dan.
I don't think so. I mean, Blackhawks are ass. About to fall out. The Pacific Division's ass, and somehow one of those teams is getting sent to the playoffs. I don't know. I don't have a lot on the hockey front. Trey Augustine's a Griffin. Cullen Potter is the Spartan out of Arizona State, which is good for them, good for both parties. Couple other things in the world of my teams in terms of the transfer portal and stuff.
Oh, look who's back.
But I don't know. That's kind of all I had to say there. Garry, you got anything to add on hockey?
Yeah, he's got to do K-Wings.
What did I miss? Almost every other podcast?
Just the stuff about my trip.
Oh, he changed.
We're about to finish up hockey.
Garry changed. Yep, Garry, just in time. You can go over K-Wings and any other hockey stuff you want to go over. We just finished talking about Anne's trip.
Well, I do want to stay at the top of it before we go into K-Wings. Flint Firebirds are currently down 2-0. And they're also currently down 2-0 in a series. So that's pretty fun. After the first series, they had a good game. So, yeah, that's good day to watch it. Anyways, going on to K-Wings. So going into today, or going into the 9th, the K-Wings had to do a couple things to be locked. I'm trying to currently find a thing on Facebook here. Let's see here. See if I can find it before I get to it, but maybe this one? No. Is it this one? Could be this one. Could be this one. Maybe.
Maybe this one? Maybe I come around this side. No. Okay, maybe I come around this side. No. Okay, maybe I climb over top. No. The Family Guy quote.
That's a quote from your cats.
It's a quote from me talking to my cats, actually.
You're going to Texas in search of religious tolerance?
It's like trying to get sneakers or a tool to take his sneakers off.
I ain't take my sneakers off. I ain't sneakers off.
Hey, take those sneakers off.
No.
Take them off, I said. Go.
No.
Oh, let him go. We'll never
off.
catch him.
I didn't take my sneakers off. I am sneakers off too.
Good stuff.
What kind of music do you like, Gloria? Hippo hop.
Hippo.
Wow, yeah, baby.
Baby.
Ah, those two animals are so fucking funny. They make me want to merge without looking.
Or how much does it take to turn the next lane? Now I turn now. Good luck, everyone else.
None. I turn now. Good luck, everybody else. Gary, have you found what you're looking for yet? Jesus.
No, I haven't. What I'm trying to find is someone put down a thing of what the Kalamazoo Wings need to do to make the playoffs and clinch the playoffs. And it's very crucial that I was to find it, but I don't know which one it's on. So I'm just going to skip it. There was 5 games left. They had the K-Wings. The K-Wings had Fort Wayne, I believe, 3 out of the 5 times this 5-game stand, and then Cincinnati twice. They came off a loss to Toledo, and by the way, while I'm talking, I'm also looking for it. So if I look for it, I'll pop it up. But anyways, on April 10th, K-Wings did lose to Fort Wayne 5-1 with 5 games left. It didn't really hurt them that much going into it. They'd still be, I think, 5th in the playoffs at the time. But they needed to do something. So they went from 3rd to 5th. Then they lost to Fort Wayne again, this time 6-2. So now they're 6th place in the standings, only 2 games back. Again, is doable. Still doable. Now, do I think they will get it? Possibly not. Knowing this of what I'm looking at, this is how it goes right now. It goes like this. Fort Wayne, Toledo, with the 2 spots, of course, clinched. Let's see here. Toledo and Fort Wayne clinch. Then it goes Fort Worth, Indy with the 3rd spot with 76 points. And then tied in 4th, Bloomington and Cincinnati. And then Kalamazoo with 74. This scares me because this proves my point, Tyler. You never know what can happen with Kalamazoo. They could be doing good at one point. They were 3rd place a couple days ago, and now they're 6th.
Tight race.
But the only reason why it was a tight race because they beat Cincinnati 2-1 at home for the final home game. So these next last 3 games in the regular season are going to be away games. I think if I'm correct here, we have to win at least we have to win at least 2, and then Bloomington and Cincinnati have to do super duper terrible. So if that can happen, perfect. But to be honest with you, I'll always hope and pray that my team does something. Because
how many teams make the playoffs?
4 of each division.
So they gotta be top 4.
So right now the Eastern already has their 4. Sorry, Eastern Conference on the north side have theirs 4, and the South have their 4. So the Eastern Conference have both 4 sides for North and South. Western has the Central and Mountain Division. Central still needs to figure out the final 2 teams. Mountain Division has all 4 of their teams. And this is what it goes by. In the Mountain Division, you have the Kansas City Mavericks, Idaho Steelheads, Allen Americans, I think that's what it is.
Allen.
And then the Tahoe Swamp Monsters.
What a name. A name, the Swamp Monsters. There's one that's there's a minor league baseball team down in Florida with a really funny name too. It's like the Shrimp something. Jumbo Shrimp.
The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Yeah.
But in the Central side, of course, you have that, but you have the Kalamazoo Wings and stuff like that. On the Eastern side, you have the defending champions, Florida Everblades, Atlanta Gladiators, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the South Carolina Stingrays, and then the Savannah Ghost Pirates.
What a name!
So they get that.
Dude,
and then Wheeling Nailers.
Sports teams are so funny.
In the North, so the Wheeling Nailers. Good story about this one. The Wheeling Nailers used to be in the same conference as Kalamazoo. Like, if I was to grab I don't even know where I put them, but if I was to grab my Bucks, you would see that some of them didn't even update yet. But Wheeling used to be a part of Kalamazoo division, so I'm glad they're doing well because they did terrible on our side. But anyways, then you have the Maine Mariners. There are Reading Royals, and then Arondack, which we destroyed. We swept them. So if we meet them in the finals, we could possibly beat them then. So, but yeah, I tell you, that Central Division, right now, Toledo and Fort Wayne are basically fighting for nothing. I mean, right now, I think Fort Wayne's going to get the 1 seed. Looking at this correctly, they might be fighting for the 1 seed. Actually, to be honest with you, Fort Wayne has 96 and Toledo has 94. So, yeah, I honestly think that if somehow, some way, we can clinch, by either what we could do, and this is 100% I think could happen. Bloomington has to lose out the entire rest of their season, which they won't, because it's Bloomington and Bloomington likes to cheat.
True.
So, and they have the Heartlanders tomorrow. They have the Heartlanders in 3 days, and then they have the Heartlanders the next day. So the next 3 games are against the Heartlanders, who are last place in the entire conference. So they have an easy schedule coming up. They could hit third, beat Fuel, but the Fuel have, if I look here on their schedule, the Fuel, can I look at the Fuel schedule? I guess not. I guess I have to go to scores and schedules because for some reason it's not letting me. The Fuels will have Indy tomorrow. Actually, I just want to see this. I'm sorry, this is taking forever.
Oh no, that's great. This is gonna be the longest live laugh left episode ever. That's great. We need it to be
But
longer.
Indy
so this is good.
Indy has Fort Wayne tomorrow, and then on the 18th, Wheeling will have their final game against Wheeling. So, I would hope Wheeling and Fort Wayne can beat Indy, maybe. And then for the final team that is in our way, which I don't think I can get to because for some reason it's blocking. Oh no, it's right here. Cincinnati has 2 games left, being Kalamazoo, both games. So we have to beat Cincinnati without doubt, 100%. Indy has to lose both their games. Bloomington can win their games if they want to. I'd rather take the 3 seed, so we hope all of them can lose their games. But what are we going to do? What? What you laughing about?
I'm not laughing at you, Gary. Are you done? I'm not trying to stop you. Are you done?
I am done.
Okay, we're gonna get to baseball because something funny as shit just happened. So go with the Tigers. It was a miserable trip out to Minnesota for the Tigers.
I just gotta.
They lost to the Twins 4-2 in the second game of the series. Then they lost to the Twins 8-6 after being down 7-0. They had multiple chances to tie up the game, and they fucked up. So that was great. Then they lost the series finale to get swept. Lost to the Twins again, 3-1. Parker Meadows got hurt with their collision with Riley Green in the outfield, so he's going to be out for a while. So that was fun. But they rebounded. They came home. They're on a homestand right now. They beat the Marlins 2-0. And then they beat the Marlins again 6-1. And then they beat the Marlins to finish the sweep 8-2. Currently, they're playing the Royals. Get through! They're playing the Royals.
What just happened?
I'm watching the game. Yep, that's what happened. Wild pitch, and the catcher didn't even see it. It was a wild pitch. It went to the right, and the catcher looked to the left. So Zach McKinstry stole home. And then the Dylan Dinglers hit a game go-ahead double. So the Tigers are taking a 2-1 lead now here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So we'll keep track of that as it goes over the Royals in the first game of this series. The Tigers look to come back from a abysmal start to the season. So that should be good. That's all I had for the Tigers, though. Gary, I'm going to let you take it away. You've got Lugnuts and MSU baseball.
So real quick, before we get into any special Lugnuts stuff, Lugnuts are not winning. I have been watching them for the past couple minutes. I have stopped watching them because when it went to 7-3, I completely stopped. If you guys say I'm not a true Lugnuts fan, go ahead. I could not care less. It is right now in the bottom of the 9th, 8-5. Lugnuts down with 1 out. Or sorry, 8-6. So home run could walk it off practically. So while I'm talking here, I will set to the side the Lugnuts game. So just be aware of that. Actually, what I can do here is switch over. There we go. Let's see here. I gotta fix this up so that I can see everything. Okay. So Lugnuts. Oh God, that guy has had a lot of stuff to drink. Sorry, there's a guy that's yelling in a Lansing Locos jersey, just all excited. Anyways, the Lugnuts were coming into Fort Wayne. Game one. I don't think it was a surprise when I say that the Lugnuts clobbered them. I think this was game one. It was either game one or game two, one of those two. But on the I believe 8th, Lugnuts beat Fort Wayne 15-1. Then the next day, the Lugnuts lose to Fort Wayne 2-1, and out number 2 for the Lugnuts. But anyways, lose to Fort Wayne 2-1, and then on the 10th of April, Lugnuts beat Fort Wayne 3-0. And then comes this game. Now, this game I'd rather like to not talk about that's coming up here. Just because this game was absolutely stupid. And I mean absolutely dumb. Or no, it was the April 9th game, sorry. April 9th game when they lost to Fort Wayne 2-1. There was a call that there was a balk, or no, pitcher's clock, I think it was. The pitcher wasn't focused on the batter. Well, they never counted it at all the entire time. Then the next batter comes up, and it is 3-2 coming up for that Fort Wayne batter, and then they count it as a ball, which means Fort Wayne got on base. Stupidest thing ever. What happens next? Next person hits a base, and game over. The Tin Caps win 2-1 from a walk-off. I don't know what you need to do, whether we need to do ABS challenges and stuff like that on everything, but it needs to happen in the high A league too, because I'm getting sick and tired of this bull crap. But you know what? Lugnuts were, I guess, upset about that because the next game they decided, hey, let's go back to that 115-1 game and let's beat them 12-4 at a time. So Fort Wayne got destroyed again, 12-4. Lugnuts won the first series of 2026 that day. And then the last game, the Lugnuts lose to the Tin Caps 5-3. And now, as you're wondering, it is a 3-2 pitch, and it was a walk. And so far, Lansing is down 8-6, bottom of the 9th, bases loaded with Lugnuts. A home run, or you guys know, a ball straight to the wall could be possibly 2 runs in. So, but other than that, that's it for the Lugnuts.
Strong start to the season for them, I must say.
Is that an out? Okay, I don't know if that's an out or a safe. And they called it out. So that is going to be game for the Lugnuts as they lose to the Whitecaps 8-6. Not what I wanted, especially since Max Clark and Kevin McGonigal are not on the team anymore. But you know what? I can't say anything about that. I hate this team sometimes. But what are you going to do? But that's it for me on Lansing Lugnuts news. And we don't have to worry about day one of the Whitecap stuff. So
Get that. All right. MSU baseball.
oh, I thought you guys did that. All right, never mind. This week was MSU versus Michigan week. Let me just tell you, Michigan won in the series against us again. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'll tell you the scores, but I'm sick and tired of Michigan destroying Michigan State in every sport. It's kind of getting annoying. But anyways, on the 10th of April and the 11th of April, Michigan beats Michigan State. On the 11th, they beat them 6-4, and on the 10th, they beat them 4-2. But I think Michigan State came out with a surprise because Michigan State got a victory over their rival, Michigan, by beating them 10-4 on the 12th of April. So yes, we did lose the series. Technically, we have a 3-1 series against them, and we're losing it. We're losing it. But winning 10-4, I will take that, and I will run away with that with every bit of my being. I don't know why I did that. I don't know what their next game is. I will take a double check here.
They should be playing. I think they're playing tonight. Playing right now. Should be. I think
they should be out there. Tornadic watch for Mace or Mason, Michigan. Cool. And Lansing. Cool. Anyways, they played against Oakland at 6:02. Did they? I don't think they played because of situations, unless they're still going. Take a double check here.
Let me look.
No, let me look. I can do it.
Live stats. Accept. Oh yeah, they're still going. Tied at 9 in the top of the 8th inning.
Oh gosh,
Mm.
it's one of those games.
Oh boy. Anyway, before we jump to basketball, I do want to I'm gonna live commentate the end of this Tigers game here. We got Tigers still up 2-1. Royals have got a guy on third, 2 outs. Marte up to bat. There's the first pitch, and it's inside for a ball. Kenley Jansen up to try and get another save. He just crossed, I think, for third all-time in MLB saves with his save over the Marlins the other night. Fans on their feet. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Up top. Oh, and he calls it a strike. No challenge from the Royals. That is surprising. They have both their challenges left, and they don't challenge that one. That was pretty high. So it's a 1-1 count. Jansen is dripping in sweat, only throwing 11 pitches so far. But he's old as dirt. Comes another pitch. Strike 2. He swings right through it. Nice pitch there. Down to the Royals are down to their final strike. Jansen is drenched. Cannot believe that he is this hot. Must be a scorcher down there. Fans are on their feet, roaring. Guy got his camera out. Another guy with his camera out. Here goes Jansen. Wind up. Here's the pitch. Up top. Wow, that's not a strike. Called that exact same pitch a strike earlier. Not a strike. Good call, but at least be consistent. Let's count now 2-2. Here is Jansen. Wind up. Another one high. Oh my god, he can't hit the strike zone. What the fuck? It's a 3-2 count. This is bad. This is bad. You gotta get him to swing. He ain't gonna take a strike 3 look in here. 3-2 count. Jansen basically swimming, and he takes timeout. Oh boy.
Can we finish basketball and update on this when we're
Well, there's
when
a
that's
kid in a
finished,
Cade Cunningham jersey. It looks absolutely dog shit. I don't know where he got that design from. Never wore that before.
Well,
Here's the windup.
you're
Pop up.
a watch
Pop
pop
up center
never
field.
boils.
Are they gonna catch it? Yes, he catches it. Game is over. Tigers win 2-1.
All right, cool.
Jansen gets the save.
Never mind.
Tigers extend their win streak to 4 games. They take the series opener. Look at that. Big win. All right, cool. Done with that. MSU game in the bottom of the 8th. We'll catch up on that one later. Anyway, back to basketball. Nothing huge college related with their season over with. Something cool. I mean, the transfer portal's open now, so obviously there's a lot of activity there. We're not going to go over everything that's happened in the transfer portal, but a lot of stuff has gone down. One thing I wanted to just note, Scottie Pippen's son committed to Ohio State. How much money do you think Ohio State paid him to commit there?
I don't know, man. Probably nothing crazy.
I just wanted to comment on that. That was wild. And then MSU women's action, the WNBA draft just started last night, or I guess 2 nights ago at the time of this going up. Grace Van Sluten got drafted, number 33 overall. So good job for her. And Jaylen Brown got invited to a training camp. She declared for the draft and didn't get officially drafted, but she did get invited to a training camp where she'll probably get signed into a non-drafted contract or something. I don't know. But that was that. Another crazy thing from the WNBA draft was that Paige, what's the fuck's her last name? Paige Buckers?
Nope. Keep trying.
Bueller? Anyway, her girlfriend got drafted to the same team that she's on. By the way, was that anybody else's first realization that she was a lesbian, or is it just me?
It's a women's sports league, Tyler. I was not surprised.
I'm not surprised, but that was the first time I heard about it. I thought it was based.
Lock in.
Pretty cool. But anyway, that was the other thing I wanted to comment on with that. Anyway, the big thing, of course, coming up is the NBA playoffs. The bracket is set. Before we go over that, we'll talk about the Pistons remaining regular season action. They finished on a very strong note, despite not much Cade Cunningham action. Cade did come back for the final 3 games of the season, which I didn't think was a smart idea at the time, but nothing came out of it, so it's whatever. They beat the Bucks 137-111 in Cade's return. They beat the Hornets 118-100. And then in the regular season finale, they beat the Pacers 133-121. They finished the year 60-22. Folks, this is just 2 seasons. 2 seasons after finishing with 14 total wins. They get to 60. That's pretty awesome, I gotta say. JB Bickerstaff should be coach of the year. No questions asked. Just saying. The only other NBA thing I had besides the playoffs before we get to the brackets, Milwaukee fired Doc Rivers. Probably should have happened a long time ago, but it happened now, so there it is. Okay, that was it. The bracket is set. I know technically the playoffs haven't actually started. They don't count the play-in. Anyways.
Playoffs? You want to talk about playoffs?
Playoffs. I don't care. I count the play-ins as part of the playoffs because I do.
Play-ins? You want to talk about play-ins?
And if you don't like what I do, then you turn it off. All right. Anyway, Fuck. Where's the fuck? Fuck. Oh, there we go. Oh, fuck. Fuck. What is this? Hello?
Quit saying the F word.
Hello? Hello? What is this?
Wow.
Hello? Okay. We'll go over the play-ins first. So in the West, the play-ins are... This is a terrible bracket. What? Where's the bracket?
I have it.
Where? Oh, there it is. I found it. I found it. Get off!
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in the East, the play-in is Charlotte versus Miami and Orlando versus Philly. The winner of the Orlando-Philly game automatically gets the 2 seed. Who do we think's going to win that game? Or automatically faces the 2 seed, I should say, Boston. I'm going to go Philly because it's in Philly, and I think Philly's the better team. But it'd be really funny to see them choke in the playoffs. So... there's that. And then the loser of that game would get the winner of Charlotte and Miami. I'm going to take Miami on this one to beat Charlotte. And then Charlotte it would be Orlando and Miami. Interstate matchup right there. See how I did that? Unlike the NCAA tournament script writers. I'm going to take Orlando in that one to grab the 8 seed in the East. I think that'll be a pretty easy decision. There, I think, while Charlotte and Miami are decent teams, they are nowhere near the level of an actual playoff team. And I think this will just be further evidence to get rid of the plans. But they won't because they bring in revenue money for ESPN. Even though ESPN's not broadcasting the play-ins, Amazon is. Don't tell South America that. And then in the West, the 8-9 matchup, or the 7-8 matchup is Phoenix and Portland. It's going to be an ass game, but I'm going to take Phoenix. Because why not? So, there's that. Then Portland would get the winner of the Clippers and the Warriors.
In-state matchup.
True. I'm going to take the Warriors because the Warriors win everything. In my 2018 brain.
Not this year.
So that would be the Warriors playing the Trailblazers. I'm going to take the Warriors again. So that would give the Suns the 7 seed and the Warriors the 8 seed. That's going to be hard to remember, but I'll try. Then we get to the actual first round. This would be the Pistons, number one seed in the East, baby. The only team doing anything good. They would play Orlando in the first round. Now, this would be a sneakily good matchup because Orlando played us tough this season. But I'm going to take the Pistons to win this in 6 games. 6 games.
Huh.
And then the 4-5 matchup in the East is Cleveland and Atlanta. I don't think this will be that close. I think Cleveland will win this one pretty handily. I'm going to take Cleveland in 5 games here. And then the 3-6 matchup is the Knicks versus the Raptors. I'm going to take the Knicks in this one pretty easily. I'm going to say 5 games. Could also be probably a sweep. And then it would be Boston versus Philadelphia. I'm going to take Boston to win this in a sweep because Boston is a really good team and the 76ers are notorious for choking in the playoffs. So there's that. And then the West, it would be the Thunder playing the Warriors. Give me the Thunder in 5 games in this first round. And then It'd be the Lakers versus the Rockets. I'm going to take the Lakers in 6. And then the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Give me the Nuggets in 5. And then Spurs versus Suns. Give me a Spurs sweep. Because that I don't even think will be anywhere fucking close. Then the second round would be Pistons versus Cavs. Another really good matchup. Give me the Pistons, though, in 7. Ooh, yeah, I think this one will go deep. It'll be a very, very interdivisional matchup. I think it'll be a good one. And then it'd be Knicks versus Celtics. Take me to 7 games in this one, too, but give me the Celtics in 7 games. I think the East will have a couple of good matchups there. And then in the West, it would be the Thunder versus the Lakers. Give me the Thunder in 6. Honestly, give me the Thunder in a sweep if Luka Doncic isn't playing. And then Nuggets versus Spurs. Give me Spurs in 5 because the Nuggets, the Spurs are fucking unstoppable with Wemby. And the Nuggets, being though that the Nuggets are the only team to have really beaten the Spurs at all lately, still I don't think I'd be that close. That would set up the Eastern Conference Finals of both the 1 seeds and both the 2 seeds. Wow, so fun. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Pistons versus Celtics. Give me Pistons in 7. Pistons in the NBA Finals, bitches. This will be a good matchup, too. These teams played some really close games in the regular season. And with Jason Tatum coming back, I think it'll be even better. And then Spurs Thunder. Give me the Spurs. Give me the Spurs in 6. I think that'd be a tight matchup, though. You got Foul Man versus 7'8" guy, so should be a good one. So that makes the NBA Finals my prediction: Pistons versus Spurs, a rematch of the 2005 NBA Finals, in which the Spurs won in 7 games. But I think the tide's going to turn on this one. Give me the Pistons in 6. Just like it should have been in 2005.
Back when Bush was president.
That true? Mr. President, there's a disaster in New Orleans. But anyway, that's my NBA playoff predictions. And Gary, you want to chime in on who you think's going to win it all? No.
I have it somewhere.
Oh, Gary has it somewhere.
There it is.
Give me a Thunder repeat. I don't really know what's going on. I'll just go with that.
To be honest, it'll
terrible.
most likely be... That's right, baby. To be honest, it'll most likely be a Spurs or a Thunder champion. I'd be very surprised if the Pistons are able to win against either of those teams in a 7-game series. I'd be honestly surprised if the Pistons got past the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. But
if we meet the Thunder in the finals, we have beaten the Thunder both without and with Cade.
We did beat them. We should have beat them twice. We beat them once, though. So it would be a close matchup. I'd rather see the Thunder because we have nothing to defend Wemby, and so that would be bad. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. The NBA playoffs take forever because ESPN needs each game to happen 5 days apart so they can talk about it with Kendrick Perkins for an hour and a half each day. And Kendrick Perkins, my God, I hate his ass so much. He's a terrible, terrible analyst. And my God, he gets way too much screen time. But that's besides the point. So
Right now, the Hornets are down 71-76, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that was going on right now. We'll cover that next week, though, see who actually won in the play-ins and how the first round started. I think the Pistons start on Sunday, so that'll be fun. At home, too. They get the whole week off, and they're home. And they're fully healthy. they're fully healthy. That's the thing. Cade came back, but also Isaiah Stewart finally came back again in the Pacers game. So having fully healthy plus a week off, it's going to do wonders for the team. Anyway, I think that's all. It's all these stuff that I had, at least.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, no, we got to do poker chips. We got to do poker chips for NASCAR. We didn't do them last week. So, what's coming up next week?
This time I'm going up.
Fuck. What's the race next week?
Kansas, Asp.
Oh, that's true. Asp.
All right, here we go. So far, again, the record is I'm not even going to tell because we already know who's leading in that, and I dropped a poker stick. Or poker chip.
Poker stick.
Give me 1 second. Ow! There we go. I dropped Alex Bowman. He doesn't need to be on the injured reserve list again. Here we go.
True.
Just got back. Alright. For Tyler. He will get Alex Bowman.
Well, I'm fucked.
Tyler, you said that about Josh Berry, and yet Josh Berry beat me. And
only because you had who? What? Kyle Busch, who's been running an average of 29th this season or some shit like that. Oh boy!
At least he ain't gonna go back to that.
Baby.
Yeah, I hope not. And then for the guest, since whoever's on the guest gets to pick theirs, and they get Brakazowski.
Not bad. You'll probably beat me.
Back to back. It's happening.
No, it's not. I sure hope not.
That'd be funny if it did. No way.
It would not.
It would not be funny. Anyway, I think that's it. It's gonna do it then for this week's episode. I know it was a long one. We had a lot to go over. So that's fun. So stay tuned next week. We'll recap Kansas. Piss ass. What the fuck is it? Asp. We'll recap Asp. We'll go over the start of the NBA playoffs. We'll do our NHL playoffs prediction as well next week, and we will go over a bunch of other stuff and have a lot of fun. So it's going to do it for this week. Thank you, Ann, for coming back on the podcast for the second time in the last 3 weeks. We'll have you on again in a while, probably when you go to Chicagoland. I think that's the next time we want to have you on.
If I do that, we'll see. We can talk about when you come down for growlers and stuff. Maybe, I don't know, but we'll figure that out.
We could have you on for that. There's times we can have you on. That's just the next time I thought we could have you on.
We'll see what happens.
But anyways, guys, it's going to do it for this episode of the Live, Laugh, Left podcast. Just to end it off, we are, for the MSU baseball game, it's still tied at 9. We're in the top of the 9th. Oakland has 2 on and 1 out. So we will talk about the finish of that game in next week's episode as well. So anyways, stay tuned for other much more amazing content, including more stuff from both me and Hitmaster. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Goodbye.